For decades, Black Hollywood has been an influential force in shaping popular culture, expanding the possibilities of storytelling, and amplifying the voices and experiences of Black artists and communities. With each generation, Black actors, filmmakers, and creatives have built upon the work of their predecessors, bringing new perspectives and driving societal change. Here's a look back at the rise of Black Hollywood, its golden era, and the exciting trends shaping its future. Early beginnings and the birth of Black cinema. The journey of Black Hollywood can be traced back to the early 20th century, a time when Black Americans faced significant discrimination and exclusion from the entertainment industry. Despite these barriers, pioneers such as Oscar Micheaux, often considered the first major Black filmmaker, pushed forward. In the 1910s and 20s, Micheaux's films tackled complex issues like racism, segregation, and social justice, bringing Black narratives to the screen with a level of nuance and authenticity unseen in mainstream cinema. By the 1930s, Black performers like Paul Robeson and Hattie McDaniel began to gain attention, though often within the confines of stereotypical roles. McDaniel's Oscar-winning performance in Gone with the Wind, 1939, marked a milestone, as she became the first Black actor to win an Academy Award. However, the industry's rigid structure still severely limited opportunities for Black actors, often confining them to roles that reinforced negative stereotypes. The golden era Blaxploitation and Black stars of the 1970s. The 1970s marked a transformative period for Black Hollywood. This decade saw the rise of Blaxploitation films which, despite the criticism they received, created new spaces for Black actors and stories on the big screen. Films like Shaft, 1971, Superfly, 1972, and Foxy Brown, 1974, featured strong Black leads and often addressed social issues like poverty, crime, and systemic inequality in ways that resonated with Black audiences. These films broke away from traditional Hollywood norms, showcasing Black characters who were powerful, fearless, and importantly, protagonists in their own stories. At the same time, television series like Good Times, 1974 to 1979, and The Jeffersons, 1975 to 1985, brought Black family dynamics to mainstream audiences, further embedding Black stories in American culture. Actors like Richard Pryor, Sidney Poitier, and Pam Grier became household names, and their work laid the groundwork for future Black representation in film and television. The shift to mainstream. The 1980s and 90s. The 1980s and 90s brought a new wave of Black creatives who began to challenge the industry even further, moving beyond Blaxploitation and stereotypical roles. Filmmakers like Spike Lee, John Singleton, and Robert Townsend used their films to address issues of race, class, and identity in groundbreaking ways. Singleton's Boys in the Hood, 1991, and Lee's Do the Right Thing, 1989, received critical acclaim and opened doors for more nuanced portrayals of Black life. The success of The Cosby Show, 1984 to 1992, also marked a turning point in television, portraying a middle-class Black family that resonated with viewers from all backgrounds. It demonstrated that Black stories could be universal and commercially successful, helping to expand the presence of Black actors, producers, and writers in mainstream media. The emergence of stars like Eddie Murphy, Whoopi Goldberg, and Denzel Washington further cemented Black Hollywood's influence. Recent trends: diversity, representation, and new media platforms. In the 2000s and beyond, Black Hollywood has continued to evolve, pushing the boundaries of storytelling and representation. Films like Moonlight, Get Out, and Black Panther were not only critical and commercial successes, but also served as cultural milestones. Black Panther broke box office records worldwide, proving that Black-led stories could capture global audiences and inspire new levels of cultural pride. Recent years have seen a surge in Black talent across all aspects of media production, thanks in part to streaming platforms like Netflix, Hulu, and Amazon Prime, which have offered new opportunities for Black filmmakers and actors. Issa Rae's Insecure, Ava DuVernay's When They See Us, and Barry Jenkins's The Underground Railroad are examples of projects that have flourished on these platforms, delving into Black experiences with depth, empathy, and creativity. Social media, too, has empowered Black creators to connect directly with audiences and gain visibility outside traditional studio channels. The future of Black Hollywood. The current era of Black Hollywood is defined by a commitment to diversity and inclusion, with creators now enjoying unprecedented levels of agency. Production companies owned by Black creatives like Jordan Peele's Monkey Paw Productions and LeBron James's Spring Hill Company are at the forefront, telling stories that center Black voices and reflect the complexity of Black lives. Additionally, movements like #OscarsSoWhite and increased advocacy for diversity have led Hollywood studios to reevaluate their casting and storytelling practices. However, challenges still remain. Issues of representation, pay equity, and access to funding continue to be significant hurdles. Yet, the trajectory is promising. Black Hollywood is poised to produce more stories that resonate universally, showcase underrepresented narratives, and continue its legacy of cultural impact. The emergence of Black Hollywood is a story of resilience, creativity, and the ongoing quest for representation. From Oscar Michaud's pioneering films to the global success of Black Panther, Black artists have continuously pushed boundaries, reshaping Hollywood and redefining what's possible in entertainment. As we look to the future, Black Hollywood promises to remain a powerful force, reflecting and inspiring a world that values and celebrates the diversity of the Black experience. How Blaxploitation changed the film industry and influenced recent trends. Blaxploitation, a genre that emerged in the 1970s, played a complex yet pivotal role in shaping both Hollywood and Black representation in cinema. At a time when Black characters were largely sidelined or stereotyped in mainstream media, Blaxploitation movies broke through, presenting empowered Black protagonists who controlled their own narratives. Although controversial, the genre has had a lasting impact on the industry and is echoed in many of today's trends. The rise of Blaxploitation, empowering Black voices. The late 1960s and early 1970s were a time of social upheaval and radical change, with the civil rights movement pushing for more representation and equity across American society. In this environment, Blaxploitation films emerged as a means of speaking directly to Black audiences, who had been largely ignored by Hollywood. Films like Shaft, released in 1971, Superfly in 1972, and Coffee in 1973 provided Black audiences with characters who were strong, assertive, and unapologetically Black. These films dealt with real issues like poverty, crime, and systemic injustice, reflecting the societal challenges facing urban Black communities. Though many Blaxploitation films received criticism for perpetuating certain stereotypes, particularly around crime and drug culture, they also offered Black audiences a sense of empowerment by centering on protagonists who fought back against the status quo. Blaxploitation's impact on Hollywood. New audiences, new opportunities. Blaxploitation's popularity showed Hollywood that Black audiences were a powerful demographic with substantial box office potential. The success of films like Shaft, which had a modest budget and high return on investment, encouraged studios to invest in movies that catered specifically to Black viewers. The genre also popularized a new style of storytelling, characterized by gritty realism, catchy soundtracks, think Isaac Hayes' theme for Shaft, and bold visual aesthetics that have left a lasting legacy. The demand for Blaxploitation films opened up the industry to a wave of Black actors, writers, and filmmakers. Stars like Pam Grier, Richard Roundtree, and Fred Williamson became icons of the genre, helping to carve a path for future Black talent. Meanwhile, directors such as Melvin Van Peebles and Gordon Parks demonstrated that Black filmmakers could successfully helm major projects, influencing subsequent generations of Black filmmakers. Criticism and evolution. The legacy of Blaxploitation. While Blaxploitation brought significant visibility to Black stories and characters, it wasn't without controversy. Some critics argued that these films perpetuated stereotypes around Black criminality, drug culture, and hypersexualization. The NAACP and other organizations voiced concerns that these portrayals could reinforce negative perceptions of Black communities, leading to a decline in the genre's popularity by the late 1970s. Nevertheless, the influence of Blaxploitation did not disappear. Rather, it evolved. The gritty, unapologetic style, along with the portrayal of complex anti-heroes, left a mark on cinema that continues today. The genre paved the way for films in the 1990s, like Boys in the Hood in 1991 and Menace to Society in 1993, which explored similar themes of urban life and systemic struggle but with a more nuanced and critical approach. Recent trends: Neo-Blaxploitation and the rise of Black-led genres. In recent years, a resurgence of Blaxploitation's influence has been visible in what some refer to as Neo-Blaxploitation. Filmmakers like Quentin Tarantino, with Jackie Brown in 1997, and the creators of Django Unchained in 2012 have explicitly drawn from Blaxploitation's aesthetics and themes, albeit with updated narratives and perspectives. Black filmmakers are reclaiming these stylistic elements, reimagining the genre through modern, socially conscious lenses. Jordan Peele's Get Out in 2017 and Us in 2019 are prime examples of this new wave. While not Blaxploitation in a traditional sense, Peele's work combines horror, satire, and social critique to confront issues of race in America. These films connect back to Blaxploitation's legacy by putting Black protagonists at the forefront and using genre storytelling to explore themes of oppression and empowerment. Other recent trends include Afrofuturism and Black superhero films, both of which allow for powerful, imaginative representations of Black identity. Black Panther in 2018 was a groundbreaking example, as it celebrated Black culture through a futuristic, technologically advanced African society, shattering the confines of stereotypes and reimagining what a Black-led blockbuster could be. Even the soundtrack, helmed by Kendrick Lamar, brought elements of Blaxploitation's soulful, rhythmic sound back into the mainstream, echoing the genre's influence. Today's Black filmmakers empowered storytelling and diverse representation. The legacy of Blaxploitation lives on in the empowered storytelling and genre-defying work of today's Black filmmakers. The rise of streaming platforms has further democratized media, allowing Black creators more control over their narratives and distribution. Shows like Insecure, created by Issa Rae, and Atlanta, created by Donald Glover, continue the tradition of tackling social issues and celebrating Black identity through unique, authentic storytelling. Moreover, Black production companies, such as Jordan Peele's Monkey Paw Productions and Ava DuVernay's Array, are helping to reshape the industry from the inside. By creating opportunities for Black talent both in front of and behind the camera, these companies are expanding the range of stories being told, ensuring that Black voices are heard on their own terms. Blaxploitation changed the film industry by showing the commercial power of Black audiences and creating an unapologetic space for Black representation in cinema. While it had its controversies, the genre's influence remains visible in today's cinema, from Neo-Blaxploitation films to socially conscious horror and Afrofuturism. Today's Black filmmakers have taken the legacy of Blaxploitation and pushed it forward, building an industry that reflects the diversity, strength, and resilience of the Black community. As Black Hollywood continues to grow, it does so with a commitment to more nuanced, empowered storytelling, a fitting tribute to the genre that started it all. Industry titans, how Spike Lee, Byron, Alan Tyler, Perry, Kenya Barris, Jordan Peele, and others changed Hollywood. As Black Hollywood has grown, a group of pioneering figures has profoundly influenced how Black stories are told, produced, and distributed. Directors, producers, writers, and media moguls like Spike Lee, Byron, Alan Tyler, Perry, Kenya Barris, Jordan Peele have not only expanded the types of stories reaching mainstream audiences, but have also reshaped Hollywood's power dynamics, opening doors for more Black talent. Here's how each of these titans has helped revolutionize the entertainment industry. Spike Lee, the trailblazer of socially conscious cinema. Spike Lee is perhaps one of the most iconic filmmakers in Black Hollywood, known for his fearless approach to addressing social issues. Since his breakout film, She's Gotta Have It in 1986, Lee has consistently used cinema to explore themes of race, identity, police brutality, and social justice. His films, such as Do the Right Thing in 1989, Malcolm X in 1992, Bamboozled in 2000 and BlacKkKlansman in 2018, tackle America's complex history with racism and systemic oppression, igniting conversations that have shaped the cultural landscape. Lee's influence extends beyond his storytelling. He has championed an independent approach, using his production company, 40 Acres and a Mule Filmworks, to create work outside of the restrictive Hollywood system. By doing so, Lee has set a precedent for future Black filmmakers, proving that they can produce bold, impactful work on their own terms. Byron Allen, building a media empire. While many know Byron Allen as a comedian turned media mogul, his impact on Hollywood goes far beyond his own performances. Allen, who founded entertainment studios in 1993, took a unique approach to building his media empire by directly targeting ownership. Rather than just producing content, Allen focused on acquiring distribution networks and programming rights, positioning himself as a major player in media ownership. In 2018, Allen made headlines when he purchased the Weather Channel, adding to his extensive portfolio that includes a number of cable channels and digital networks. By controlling the means of distribution, Allen has been able to create more opportunities for Black content and talent. He has also been vocal about discrimination in Hollywood, famously suing Comcast for alleged racial bias in a case that went all the way to the Supreme Court, bringing attention to systemic inequities in the industry. Tyler Perry, the self-made mogul. Tyler Perry is a powerhouse in entertainment, known for his multi-hyphenate career as a writer, director, actor, and producer. Starting with his plays and the now iconic character of Medea, Perry built a massive following within the Black community. His transition to film, with movies like Diary of a Mad Black Woman in 2005, brought that audience into Hollywood, leading to the creation of Tyler Perry Studios in Atlanta, one of the largest film production facilities in the United States. Perry's studio stands as a testament to his vision of creating a Black-owned space for production. The studio has hosted everything from Marvel movies to television shows, giving Perry the autonomy to tell stories without the interference of Hollywood's traditional gatekeepers. Perry has also been instrumental in providing jobs and mentorship for Black actors, directors, and crew members, showing what's possible when one has full ownership of their work. Kenya Barris, redefining Black comedy. Kenya Barris burst onto the scene with Blackish, a sitcom that balanced comedy with socially relevant storytelling about race, class, and Black identity. The show, along with its spin-offs Grownish and Mixedish, provided a nuanced look at Black family life and cultural dynamics, resonating with audiences across racial and cultural lines. Barris's success proved that there is an appetite for shows that tackle complex social themes with humor and intelligence. Since Blackish, Barris has continued to explore Black culture through projects like #BlackAF on Netflix and his involvement in the Coming to America sequel. Barris's work emphasizes authenticity and challenges stereotypes, pushing Black stories beyond one-dimensional representations and showing the diversity within the Black experience. Jordan Peele, master of socially conscious horror. Jordan Peele changed the game with his debut film, Get Out, which redefined horror as a vehicle for social commentary on race and systemic injustice. By blending horror with satire, Peele created a film that not only entertained but also provided a critical reflection on America's racial issues. Get Out became a cultural phenomenon, earning Peele an Academy Award for Best Original Screenplay and solidifying his place as a leading voice in Hollywood. Peele's follow-up, Us, continued his unique brand of social horror, and his production company, Monkey Paw Productions, has since produced films like Candyman and Nope, as well as the television series Lovecraft Country. Peele's approach to horror has carved out a new space in cinema, where Black stories are told with depth and authenticity, proving that genre films can address pressing social issues. Ava DuVernay, championing diverse voices and representation. Ava DuVernay has become one of the most influential filmmakers of the last decade, using her platform to amplify diverse stories and perspectives. With films like Selma, which earned critical acclaim for its depiction of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr.'s fight for voting rights, and 13th, a documentary on mass incarceration, DuVernay has tackled critical issues that resonate deeply within the Black community and beyond. In addition to her films, DuVernay created the groundbreaking TV series Queen Sugar, which set a new standard in the industry by hiring only women to direct each episode. Her production company, Array, focuses on distributing films by underrepresented filmmakers, ensuring that voices that might otherwise be overlooked have a platform. DuVernay's dedication to inclusivity has had a ripple effect across Hollywood, influencing hiring practices and fostering a more equitable industry. Ryan Coogler, the power of cultural phenomenon. Ryan Coogler's career skyrocketed with Fruitvale Station, a film based on the tragic true story of Oscar Grant's death, which earned him critical acclaim. Coogler's work on Creed and Black Panther further showcased his talent for telling powerful, culturally resonant stories that have mass appeal. Black Panther became a global phenomenon, proving that Black-led films could achieve monumental success and influence. Coogler has since continued to produce meaningful work through his production company, Proximity Media, and is committed to expanding opportunities for Black talent. His success with Black Panther set a new benchmark for representation in Hollywood, sparking a wave of big-budget Black-led projects. Recent trends shaped by these pioneers. These industry titans have transformed Hollywood by proving the viability and appeal of diverse Black narratives, and their influence has spurred several notable trends. Increased representation in diverse genres. No longer confined to a single genre, Black filmmakers are now exploring horror, sci-fi, fantasy, and beyond. This expansion allows for richer storytelling that reflects the full spectrum of the Black experience. Empowerment through ownership. Figures like Byron Allen and Tyler Perry have demonstrated the importance of controlling the means of production and distribution, giving Black creators more agency and freedom in their work. Production companies focused on inclusivity. Many of these pioneers have launched their own production companies, such as Ava DuVernay's Array and Jordan Peele's Monkey Paw Productions, which prioritize underrepresented voices and provide platforms for stories that might otherwise be overlooked. Socially conscious storytelling. The legacy of Blaxploitation has evolved into a new form of socially conscious storytelling, where directors like Peele, Coogler, and Lee continue to address issues of race and identity in ways that resonate deeply with audiences. Streaming and new media platforms. The rise of streaming services has allowed these creators to bring their unique voices to larger audiences. With fewer traditional gatekeepers, platforms like Netflix and Amazon Prime have enabled a wider variety of Black-led projects to reach viewers, from Kenya Barris's #BlackAF to Ava DuVernay's When They See Us. Through their creativity, resilience, and entrepreneurial spirit, industry titans like Spike Lee, Byron Allen, Tyler Perry, Kenya Barris, Jordan Peele, Ava DuVernay, and Ryan Coogler have redefined what's possible in Hollywood. By breaking down barriers, creating their own platforms, and championing authentic Black stories, these visionaries are ensuring that Black Hollywood continues to flourish, shaping the future of cinema and leaving a legacy that will inspire generations to come.